Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. Bulldog Adhesion Promoter, save time and money with Bulldog. Forney Industries, innovating since 1932. We are welding. And by Easy Car Trade, we find the match, you make the trade.
Now, I grew up in Ohio, and like a lot of folks in the northern part of the United States, Joe, I was used to rock salt when I was growing up, and that led to corrosion and rust on your vehicle all the time. It was just kind of a fact of life. Now there's the brine that you drive through. You see them spray it down before a snowfall. How is that different from the salt that we used to see?
Oh, it's much more effective on the roads.
It's great on the roads, right?
Much more corrosive on your vehicle. So we've had a problem. Let's say this vehicle comes into us and the customer has to drive through brine to get it in. We were trying to prep and clean these vehicles so that they could be boss waxed, and we weren't happy with any of the products that were available on the market. And like so many of our products, what we did was turn to our chemist and said, hey, listen, we need to break down that sticky additive that they put in road brine to be able to effectively clean this vehicle and have a good surface to bond the wax to. And so we now developed our salt brine eliminator. And we use them on our own vehicles when they come in, if they've driven through the brine. We also sell it to you as a consumer to use just to maintain your own vehicle.
Once the salt brine remover has been used, what happens to the vehicle next?
So in this case, we're going to let it set overnight dry, and then we're going to apply our wax. In your case, you simply spray it with the foam applicator, rinse it off, and you've removed all of those contaminants, which a car wash doesn't do. Car washes in many cases are going to recycle their water. They cannot and they do not remove sodium in that process.
You go into a car wash thinking you're doing the right thing, and turns out it's not.
You're pushing that salt water back up into the body cavities, and it's detrimental. It's actually counterproductive.
How often does the oil need to be reapplied to the vehicle?
The oil should be reapplied on an annual basis, and you should avoid high-pressure undercarriage washes. Go in and have the shell wash, but you don't need to do anything underneath. Let the oil do its job.
Well, just like you get your oil changed, just like you change your transmission fluid, all that stuff, you can also change the oil underneath your car. It'll protect it from rust. You know, when you're surfing the interwebs, you're being barraged by all kinds of products for your car, and I see Tribotex all the time, Pasha. How do I know it works?
I would say you compare what other people say about us. NASA, National Science Foundation, Air Force, military applications. You can't find any other company that have so much praise from these very credible places. This is all big things. Even getting one of those would make somebody happy through the roof. We got several of them, and we keep growing in this space. For us, car applications, this is labor of love. This is what we love to do every day. But in reality, most of our revenue comes from defense applications, comes from extending longevity of the ground support equipment, or generators, or tanks in the military, where every single day costs often more than whole car at the consumer market.
So I know if NASA and the military are keen on it, it's going to work for me.
Yes, certainly we simplified consumer edition, so it is not just safe, but easy to apply, and you don't have to think much about how it's going to work. You just put it in, wait for 500 miles, and you will see the difference that's going to astonish you.
What are some of the things the military folks say about Tribotex?
We have a bunch of reviews online straight from the military folks, but one of the peculiar things that we heard over and over, that it's such an universal technology that they hadn't seen before.
A lot of people just put like a little quote here or there, but you guys really go all out. You can see the whole report on your website, which I thought was really remarkable.
Yes, some of the reports are still not public, but the ones that we are already published are quite remarkable.
Well, those are some of the most important and the biggest labs in the world, and also another really important one is your users, folks that are using Tribotex saying how good it is. And if you're not satisfied, they will give you your money back. Check them out at tribotex.com and improve your ride. That is going to do it for this edition of Motorhead Garage. We thank you for tuning in. If you, by the way, have created a product that you want to see on Motorhead Garage, email Jeff at masterstv.com, and you can be right here in our studio. We hope you join us when we do it once again next week. And from our entire crew here, we'll see you next time on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. So long.